And Campbell again with another edition of the Happy Homeowner. And I hope you are a happy homeowner. And if you're not, hopefully what we're going to talk about today will make your experience a little bit happier. We had some technical problems with the last video, so I'm going to redo this. And so if you this is your first trip with us today, on Monday we talked about the fact that we all received our tax appraisal valuation from the county in which we live. My value went up 7.25%, which means if nothing changes, if I can't get my tax appraisal lowered, my payment's going to go up $49 a month. So it's important for us to pay attention to the process of doing all we can to keep our property tax valuations down. So today we're going to talk about exemptions. The easiest and most important thing you can do is make sure that you have all the available exemptions in place for your particular situation. There are three main exemptions, and then there are several other exemptions that apply to just a handful of people. But the main ones would be the over 65 exemption, the disabled person or disabled veteran exemption, and then the most common is the homestead exemption. So at the top of your form that you receive from the county, it will list the exemptions that are in place. So if you don't see the exemptions that you think you qualify for, you need to do some research. Most importantly, you should see that homestead exemption if you are living in your homestead. So the homestead exemption it allows a valuation reduction in Williamson County of $25,000 off of the value of my house for my school property taxes, and then a few $1,000s on two or three other of the property tax values that I'm charged. But the most important one is the one for the school tax. Our school tax last year was 1.3% of the appraised value. That means that with the homestead exemption in place, I save $325 every year, or $27 a month on my payment by keeping the homestead exemption in place. The good news is, once you file the homestead exemption, it's there as long as your situation remains the same. And the good news is too, if you haven't filed it and you realize you qualify for it, you can file now. You can file the homestead exemption and it will go into effect. But if you file now, it will not be retroactive for previous years where it was not in place. So take a look at that and make sure that your exemptions are in place. Check them. And then on Friday, we're going to talk about the actual tax protest process, how you can actually meet with the county and present evidence. And we'll talk about what evidence to bring on Friday to protest your taxes. So if you have questions about that, let me know, and we'll be happy to do our best to get them answered. Again, this is Dan Campbell with the Happy Homeowner from Texas Open Door Realty. We'll see you Friday morning at 10 a.m. Thank you.